Here's a game. A Waldo. E4. Let's see. What have I got against E4? Yeah, how about the French? Played a couple of Sicilians recently in a Lechen's defense. He goes with knight F3. So avoiding the main ideas. Oh, just going for an exchange here. That's usually just fine. Leads to a very simple kind of position, though. So let's see, if I play bishop to d6 and he pins the knight, is that a problem? This is the more active post for the bishop. Okay, he's not bothering to do that. Let's get the other bishop out. And let's see, he's blocked his c-pawn, but he is attacking my d-pawn. I could play knight to c6 and threaten knight to b4. Can he put more pressure on this pawn? No. Let's go for it. What he can do here, I better castle before he launches a discover to check with that bishop. What he can do is he could play knight to h. Yeah, knight h4 there, hitting my bishop. So I'm not worried about that exchange on f6, and I'm kind of wondering how he's going to protect c2. I guess he can just play rook c1. Oh, he just trades the bishop off. Isn't that good for me? Let's take there. Leaves him with these doubled pawns. Maybe there's a target here. Let's see. I'll go ahead and play c6. He could have played knight to b5 right away and chased my bishop around, so let's stop that. He still can chase away this my light squared bishop, so I may have to just trade that off for the knight. I don't think that should be a big problem, though. So he goes there. Here. Let's kick that bishop and see if it wants to drop back. Yep. Okay, let's drop my bishop back. My idea is to play queen to d6 here and defend the knight from the side and unpin at the same time. And I don't think he can control that square. He can, yeah, that's true, he can do this. So when I retreat the bishop, bishop takes, queen takes. He can mess up my pawns. I guess that's the. He can do that, and I can't do anything about it. So let's just go for this. So I'm going to take with the queen so that if my kingside pawns get messed up, at least at least I won't be coming under the huge attack with his. Oh, this is cute. This is a fork. Picks up a pawn or the exchange. So let's move my rook here, I guess. There, the fork would be unfortunate. Okay, and I have to move my king, and I have to defend my bishop. So we quickly got to this position. Oh wow, he keeps finding little tricks. So The bishop is hanging and that pawn is hanging. Let's defend the bishop and not give up those more pawns over there. So I guess I made a mistake early on. Somewhere, I started with when he got in queen f3, yeah. So I guess that pin on my knight was annoying enough. Okay, so let's see if he wants to trade off his active rook. He does. And then let's not let his rook in. So let's start poking at these pawns. Let's see if he wants to defend that one. I guess he can't really defend that one. And the bishop on that square will be good. It's looking at the f2 square, which is defended by the knight at the moment, but the bishop here is kind of dominating the knight. Well, he can bring the knight out to e3, I guess. Yes, so he does. So after I take, he can harass the bishop from this square, he can harass the king from this square, or he can harass the bishop from this square. Where else can he check? The other check is here. So I have an answer to all of those. If he checks, I have to move my king back, I guess, or I could come forward, couldn't it? I just have to defend the pawn. So he has a one pawn advantage, and I have a bishop versus a knight. So I'm going to play on here and see if I can turn this around. He also has a pawn that's hanging here, but he can always do that skewer trick, right? Rook to b1, skewering the bishop and picking up a pawn here. So I would rather push this pawn forward first. So I want to go b6, c5. But he just went there. So now, what do I want to do? Push this pawn forward one step to keep his knight out of that annoying g4 square. I can't really gang up on his knight as long as the rook is there. So it's a little hard to get more pressure on it. And okay, so now I can play here with my king. And I still can't really walk in on the light squares. Yes, tricky, tricky. Maybe I could take his knight and then come forward with my king. Yeah, he went there. So I thought I was kind of provoking that move. I was thinking that this now his knight is pinned. Is what I was thinking. And I can add pressure to it by playing my rook here. He could unpin immediately by moving his king to f1. After I play rook to e8, he could move his king to... okay, that unpins as well. Still, let's see. So if I put pressure on the knight this way... You know, I guess there's a problem that he has. He can move the knight with check here. Yeah, because it was no longer pinned. Oops. Okay, so I have to defend the rook. Too bad. Yeah, I forgot. I knew there was he could move the knight with check, but I forgot the pin was no longer in operation. So we have an endgame here where he's better. Where's the knight going? Here, 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 and here are covered. Here's not. It's covered. Here is covered. Here. He could go here, or he could go here, I guess. Chooses to go there. So I need to bring my king back. I guess the king is needed mostly on this side to stop these extra pawns. So I'm going to see if I can hold this. We'll see. It should be a win for white. Should be, but that's no guarantee. And bring my king forward. And I'm going to put pressure on these pawns. Okay, so the knight there, where does it go from there? Here, 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 here. Let's ask the question. And I guess it's going to go here, hitting my bishop and the pawn. Step back. I want to be able to play c5 and b6. Okay, so now the knight is looking at these squares. Let's go ahead with this. Now, the weak square, I guess, is the c8 square. If you can get the knight to c8 after I have this pawn structure set up. Okay, now, how is he going to make progress here? My king is blockading this pawn. If he pushes these pawns forward, I'll trade them off as they come out. As the pawns come forward, I will trade them off. Let's go ahead. I can. He's not going to deliver any checks at the moment, so I can undermine these pawns over here. If he takes, I take the pawn on h2. And if he doesn't take, I was going to take both those pawns. Then maybe I can provoke this pawn to come forward, say bishop to g3, or he did it voluntarily, king here. And round up that pawn. It's actually not defensible anymore. So we're back to a one pawn advantage for white. Probably still winning because this advanced pawn is dangerous, and maybe he can force me to... oh, he can win the bishop. Oh, I missed that. Okay, well, that was a good tactic. Let's see if he can win the game now. Let's see. Do I have any drawing chances at all? Let me think. Probably not. He can just come over here and take these pawns. And I have to keep my king in front of this pawn. Okay, so I'm going to resign. I don't see any way to hold this. But good game. I will upload this, do a postmortem. See you guys later.